After the worst passing performance in New York Jets franchise history, Justin Fields is ready to let it rip against the Carolina Panthers. We'll explain. Boy Green Daily starts now.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Let's go!
Dewey Mama.
Put your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets. We're built for this shit.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Paul Austin Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. Feel free to check out the article in the YouTube description down below with all the full quotes from today's program. And here it is. Justin Fields was absolutely awful this past game. As a matter of fact, it was the worst passing performance in New York Jets franchise history. And that's a lot of history. The Jets have been around since 1960. 1960 to 1962, they were in the New York Titans. From 1963 all the way through 2025, they've been the Jets. And Justin Fields finished with negative 10 net passing yards. Now, what does that mean? We've been throwing that around this week, and people have been like, negative? How does that make any sense? Well, actually, what happened for Justin is he passed for 44 passing yards. So he did pass the ball forward during the game, but net passing yards also accounts for sacks. And Justin Fields was sacked 9 times, unbelievably. And he lost, 54 yards of action. So you take the 54 yards lost and the yards that he passed for, and bing, boom, bam, and negative 10 is what old Justin Fields finished up with, which was terrible. And I've been championing the statistic. Hey, everybody. Justin Fields is the only starting quarterback in the NFL who hasn't thrown a pick. And that's good in some sense. Like, you don't want your starting quarterback throwing picks, but it's actually bad in another sense, especially when we get 6 weeks through the season and the Jets are winless, and you start to say, what does that statistic really mean? Well, it means Justin Fields has been far too conservative so far this season, and he's not giving his guys chances, in man coverage. It's a one-on, like, it's not wide open. He's like, I'll hold it. And they get sacked. Like, he needs to give his guy a chance. And Justin Fields admitted that as well here on the program. So we'll get to that here on the show. I also see we have a membership being gifted right off the top rope. Our number one Austrian Jet fan, baby. Let's get to that. Yeah. Appreciate you, buddy. That is 30 raffle tickets so far this month for the contest. For people that are new to the program, we do monthly giveaways here on the channel, and it's a lot of fun. If you guys want a chance to win our fabulous prizes on a month-to-month basis, all you have to do is spend $3 on the channel. A Boy Green Coffee Club membership is worth $3. Super chats and everything else is all available as well. We'll reveal those prizes in a little bit. But first, let's get into some of the comments from Justin Fields. Again, number one Austrian Jet fan, thank you very much. And by the way, that membership went to, let me give a shout out to that person. Kevin James. Whoa. Okay. All right. Kevin James. I feel compelled to play this since Kevin James just got a membership. Now, normally we only play this video after 5 memberships or more are gifted, but this is for you, Kevin
James. I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
There you go. Congrats to Kevin James. All right. And by the way, we got NC Green jumping on the membership train. Let's freaking go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. Let's get a gifting party here. There we go. Every time a membership is gifted, we hear the draft chimes and an angel gets their wings probably. All right, there you go. Another membership coming through. That went to Adam Horvath. Welcome back, Adam. Good to see you in there. NC Green, you have 10 raffle tickets for our contest this month. Let's friggin' go. Excellent. Very nice to see. Very nice to see. NC Green, you're now in a tie with Alon. There you go. That's a good place to be. You're now in a tie with Alon for a raffle ticket so far this month. Much appreciated. Thank you. All right. Let's get to it. Let's get to some comments here. Let's first off go to Aaron Glenn. He was asked, does his quarterback, and you'll hear the question in here too, does his quarterback need to be more aggressive? You take more chances. AG?
I think you said after the game you'd like to see him give guys a chance. Something to that thing. Do you think he maybe needs to take a few more chances in terms of it? It's not wide open. Let's try 50-50 ball. Let's try to give Garrett a chance or Josh a chance.
Yeah, here's what I do know is, and you're right, and I've said that, and I still believe that, and I think that's for any quarterback, especially when you have man coverage to give a guy a chance. But I do know if something bad happens, you guys are going to be bitching about him, So the thing is, he just got to go out there and play quarterback and do the best that he can. But I don't come off that at all. When you're in man coverage, you got to give a guy a chance to go catch the ball.
I mean, AG ain't lying, right? If Justin Fields was having these Zach Wilson games of 3-4 picks, like the media would be all over him for that. So, AG isn't exactly wrong about that. To be honest. And Justin Fields himself said he's been playing too conservative. Let's go to Justin yesterday.
Do you feel like you need to take a few more risks in the passing game?
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like I've been a little bit too conservative in a sense. Probably just be a little bit more aggressive. I've always just been big on ball security and not putting the ball in jeopardy. But, it comes to a point where you just got to find that healthy balance between, trying to, maybe fit it in smaller windows and, just letting it rip. So.
And I would say this here's just a random aside. I wish Justin had come to this realization before week 7. That's one criticism. Wish it would have come before week 7. And number 2, wish it would have come when Garrett Wilson was healthy. Yeah. I know the Jets have not officially ruled Garrett Wilson out yet. They're being a little cagey. And when AG was asked specifically, he says, we'll let you know through the week. We'll let you know through the week. I think it's probably just coach speaking. Garrett Wilson's out. But maybe we'll get surprised if Garrett Wilson comes trotting out there. Obviously, as a Jets fan, I'd love nothing more. If he's healthy and ready to go, let's go. But, I would have loved it when Garrett was getting more opportunities. Now, Garrett was off to a record pace. He was on pace to have a career season in catches, yards, and touchdowns. So things are going very well for Garrett. But, wish we could have gotten that going before Garrett got hurt. But I guess it's neither here nor there. But here's the thing. Obviously, let's go to this stat, right? So the Jets lose 13-11 to the Denver Broncos. That's still like an unbelievable stat to say out loud. That's awful. But in that game, the Jets had 0 explosive plays. 0, not one. And that is the first time an offense in the National Football League has gone without an explosive play in a game since week 11, 2021. Think about that for a second. It's been 4 years since an offense just didn't have a single explosive play, 10-plus yards in a game. It's been 4 years. And the Jets went, hey, it's been too long. Boop. There you go. And you would think that maybe even just one explosive play could have changed that game, obviously, when a game's decided by only 2 points. So let's get ripping. Beyblade, for any of you Beyblade folks in the audience, let it rip. Come on, Justin. Turn the cap backward and get aggressive. Take some shots down the field. Fans have been asking for it all season. So, Justin, now's a better time than any. You got to start getting creative. Without Garrett Wilson, the message on the T-shirts will probably be everybody eats. Now, here's the other concerning thing. Josh Reynolds didn't practice yesterday either. And if he's unavailable to go, they're going to have to be dipping into the practice squad for some of these wide receivers. I mean, that does not look good. So let's get aggressive, and I like the messaging. Yeah, let's flip it around. Sean Murphy says the only game he let it rip was week 1. So that's that, I guess. And yeah, week 1 was exciting. 32 points. The offense was flowing around. I don't know. He hasn't been really letting it rip since. So let's get back to that. That'd be great. The points, not the losing, but yeah. NC Green says, this is like Hackett finding out Brees can catch a ball in week 10. Yeah, there was the Giants game. We were like, huh, wow, that Brees guy can catch a ball. Now, here's the other thing real quick on that is that, AG and Tanner Engstrand during the offseason were like, man, Brees can catch the ball. And I made a joke on Twitter like, oh, well, they found out a little sooner than this other regime. And then Brees Hall has his first game without a target against the Broncos. How does that make any sense? So first off, that's never happened before, and then you're the first organization, you're the first regime, you're the first coaching staff, whatever, to have a game with Brees Hall in that scenario. And also, it should have been a key to the game. Like, Brees Hall not having a target is mind-boggling. The Broncos pass rush and everything, how do you kill a pass rush? A screen game. You lure them in and dump it over the top. You slice and dice them, and that should be a part of the game plan every week. Why wouldn't it be for Brees? Now, I don't want to keep harping on this Broncos game because we need to turn the page to Carolina. We will. Today, here on Thursday, we'll have Boy Green Meets Woody at 3 o'clock with a Panthers analyst. That'll be a lot of fun to break down that matchup. We also have a bonus interview. You guys should be able to see it on the channel because there's a collaborator option between me and MC Show Digital, and we talked to Mike Lissette. He does TV down there in Carolina. So we also have a Jets Panthers preview there as well. Guys, make sure you guys check out all the interviews that's coming. So, yeah, they need to really get the ball to – and with Garrett Wilson likely out, then it's going to be Mason Taylor, and it's going to be Brees Hall. Mason Taylor, Brees Hall. Wrong Verb says, smaller windows. Guys are wide open, man. Well, I'll tell you this, okay? Wrong Verb. I'm not a tape head. I don't watch tape. I don't break it down. I don't do all that all-22 stuff. That's a Dylan Terraman thing. And others in the universe. And I love that content. So big salute to the guys that can break it down to that level and do it. They can do it much better than me. But Kurt Warner says when he looks at the all-22, he says guys weren't wide open at all. He says that, people say wide open, and then you go to the tape, and he says, yeah, there's a difference between wide open and covered and tight windows and things of that nature. So that's what Kurt Warner says. He's a Hall of Famer. I'll take his word for it. Again, I'm not a tape head myself, but Hop on Pop says the reporters are asking leading questions. Do you think you need to be more aggressive? Why, yes, I do. But there have been times where they ask these quote unquote leading questions and the guy goes, no, I don't agree. So they're not always that way, but that's also why I like playing the questions before answers. A lot of shows just play answers, but the context is super important. What was the question? So like when players go off and we just see the crazy answer, like, man, that player's a loony, but the question could have been stupid. So I think that's important. Andy Jets going a little bit too conservative, a little. Yeah. Okay. He's just sort of coloring around the lines, but yeah, he's been a lot of conservative. Again, we just haven't seen Hep saying a little bit, maybe. We just haven't seen the deep shots, just even the attempts. So that's what we need to see from Justin and give these guys chances down the field and test them. And for Carolina, their run defense is much better than their pass defense. Their run defense is top 10 in the league. Their pass defense is middle of the pack. And the Panthers reporter, Mike Lissette, told me on MC Show Digital that the pass defense can be had. And there's a lot of holes on this Panthers team. And the Jets need to try to take advantage of it. And that's through the passing game, so be it. Also, here's the other thing. I want to make sure I got to this because some people said, oh, man, maybe the medical staff needs to check out Justin Fields. Maybe something's wrong. Well, that was an enlightening comment, a very enlightening comment from Justin Fields. Is that here's some statistics. I have it in the article down below, so you guys can check it out always in the YouTube description down below. But so Justin Fields leads the NFL in average rushing yards per game among quarterbacks. He's averaging 47 rushing yards per game. He's second in the league in rushing. He's behind Josh Allen right now. Now, Josh Allen's played one more game, so factor that in. But in terms of average rushing yards per game, he has more than any quarterback in football. And he's been very good. Across Justin Fields' so he's had 5 starts this season. Across his first 3 starts, Justin Fields toted the rock 24 times for 178 rushing yards and scored 3 touchdowns. Very good. Justin was awesome. Over the last 2 starts, Fields carried the ball 14 times for 57 yards, and he has not scored a touchdown on the ground. A lot of people have been like, whoa, what's up with the dip? Is it the concussion that Justin Fields suffered previously? Is it the coaching staff saying, man, maybe we shouldn't do this? Well, Justin admitted it himself. Quote, well, the past couple of weeks, my legs haven't been feeling the best. I got kind of a huge contusion against Miami in week 4, so I was working through that the past couple of weeks, but over time I'm getting better. My legs are kind of getting back under me. All right, that makes a lot of sense. We were wondering why he wasn't running around as much, and apparently it's by choice and design because he had that contusion, which we had no idea about. So that's enlightening to know because I was like, why are they not running him more? So apparently more of that to come, and hopefully we could get towards that production through the first couple of weeks than what we had the last couple. So, okay. That's why he wasn't running, because his legs were hurting. All right, well, let's hopefully those legs are working a little better, because that is a dynamic part of his game. And Justin Fields strictly being a pocket passer, we've seen what that looks like, and that's not ideal. Now, Justin Fields in spurts, again, we go back to that week 1 that someone brought up earlier. Yeah, Justin Fields hit some big boy throws. That Garrett Wilson touchdown across the field was awesome. And I'm like, yeah, that's what we're talking about. But in terms of consistency on a week-to-week basis, we just have not seen that from a pocket passer. So they're going to have to continue to get him on the move and take advantage of those full opportunities. By the way, everybody, here's our raffle prizes for this month. A lot of cool stuff in here. The 1975 official New York Jets yearbook cover. Shout out to Joey Matesic, our guy, for donating a bunch of cool Jets items to our giveaways. If you missed our tailgate, well, we have a chance for you to get a tailgate package. You can have everything but the food, because I'm informed that doesn't travel well. So if you missed our Boy Green Woody tailgate, we have the tailgate package. It comes with that shirt on the right side, koozie, Jets coaster, bottle openers. It's everything that you could have experienced. So you can almost smell the tailgate there with that package. We have a random vintage Jets player t-shirt, and we also have an NFL Combine authentic cold gear long sleeve with hood from the New York Jets, a former New York Jets employee. So we have that in the mix as well. If you want to be eligible for all those prizes, all you have to do is spend $3 on the channel, and you have a ticket. There are no limit to how many raffle tickets you can have. You can do that if you're watching on YouTube. Hit the money sign. Final choice, gift channel memberships or super chats, super stickers. All those are welcome, baby. All right, let's go through. Hennessy says that injury is more of a reason why Tyrod should have been out there. Perhaps. Again, I understand the people that said that they could have made a quarterback change in the middle of the game. But again, Tyrod's 36. I'm cool riding it out with Justin Fields this season, for better or for worse. But you can make a very strong case. That they could have made a QB change in the middle of that game to save that game. So I don't hate the people that have made that comment. In game, for sure. Season long, still riding Justin Fields. Indy says, BG, several case of beers travel very well. Very nice. Yes, I'm glad you guys got that. Yeah. I'm glad everyone had such a good time. They took some of the party home. Excellent. Love that. All right, let's do this. We'll open up the phone lines early here on the show. Do you have something to share on Justin Fields? Let's talk Jets Panthers. What's going on? And all kinds of trade rumors. We could get into that too. Apparently the Jets are receiving trade calls on some surprising names. Oh boy. And we'll get some of that rolling here in just a second. But speaking of the tailgate, let's go to Hep. And after this, we'll go to the phone lines, which is the pinned comment on youtube.com/BoyGreen25. Boy Green Daily continues after this.
1, 2, 3. Whoa! Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Talking Jets football, man. All right. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. The New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. Everyone, J-E-T-S, Jets. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Talking Jets football, man. All right. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. Jets!
Hep, an absolute legend, baby. Salute to the Hepster here on the program. JETS, 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 Jets. Make sure you guys like the video. Hit subscribe on YouTube. Show your support for the channel. We just booked a very big guest for next week. An icon, a legend, one of my favorites. I've only had him on one time before. I'll let you guys guess, perhaps in the comment section, who that's going to be. But an absolute legend. You guys see him on television all the time. Oh, yes. Yes, an exciting guest and one of my favorites. Will be joining in next week. Can't wait to have him back on the program. It's going to be a treat. More on that coming up later, but let's go to the phone lines. The phone lines are open. Let's start off here. EZ joins us here on the show. EZ?
Oh, let me turn some lights on. Let me turn on some lights.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah, let's set the mood. Yeah, sure.
Let there be light. All right.
Whoa.
There we go.
Okay. There we go. Actually, EZ, can you turn the lights back off?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. What's up, EZ?
Yeah, coming from a face for radio. Come on,
That's
dude.
true, and I champion that, baby. I tell everyone when I always apologize to the people. We had people coming on tour to the radio station. They'd come in. I'm like, I'm sorry. Yeah, this wasn't meant for this. And so I always enjoyed those.
Oh, by the way, I think 2 days ago, your daughter was jumped on screen with you.
Yeah,
she's absolutely adorable.
Yeah, I'm lucky. Very.
She
lucky.
is so cute. What a cute little kid.
Yeah, thanks, man.
God bless you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
are you sure she's yours?
That's I've not done the paternity test, but that's something that should be coming next week. Yeah.
Well, the simple paternity test is shave your beard and let's see if there's any similarities.
See, right? Yeah, is there something under there? Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, probably nothing under that hair but roots.
That's all there is. Easy.
That's an Addams Family joke. What are you under all those under all that hair, cousin? And he said roots.
That's funny. I haven't seen the Addams Family in a while. That was a good show.
Yep. Anyway, I saw somebody was talking about being a good ball handler, and it's always great to be voted the best ball handler on the basketball team. Not good when you're voted the best ball handler on the wrestling team, though. I mean, that's just you don't want that.
Yeah, that's a different kind of award, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess some of those guys at Ohio State found that out the hard way.
Oh, wow. Okay. Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to be a little weird this morning. I'm kind of pissed off because I haven't worked this week, and I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with this job. I may have to just find something better.
Oh, okay.
But it's all right.
Well, I hope you find it easy. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, obviously there's something wrong with him, and now we know his legs. He doesn't feel like running, and I guess without his legs under him, he feels vulnerable to the pass.
Mm-hmm.
Could be that, like I told you, it's a lot of this game is psychological. So
that's true. Yeah, so it'll be good to have him. It'll be good to have him back using his legs. So he says those are feeling better. So great, that's a big part of his game.
But the biggest part of our game this week should be they really need to practice over and over and over and over again. Screen passes, swing passes, wheel passes, bubble screens, quick slants. That's what they need to help him. And it's not that the whole game has to be like that, but it's a good way to get a quarterback into rhythm. Mm-hmm. Get a couple of small victories, a couple of 5 to 7 yard pass patterns. Boom, out quick, bam. Start nailing those little ones. And then that softens up the defense a little bit. Then you do the run, and then eventually you do a play action, and you try to jet one downfield.
Sure.
But the Jets don't do any of that. They're just too predictable.
Very.
And it's been going on like this pretty much for like 9 years, because when you don't have confidence in your quarterback, you don't want to do risky plays. And since we've gone from this guy to that guy to this guy to Zach Wilson to everyone else who's been a journeyman or something, I mean, we haven't had good quarterback play since Fitzmagic.
Yeah, that was 10 years ago. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. The last 9 years, it's been like journeyman quarterbacks who the coaching staff just they don't trust him. I mean, they're not going to tell you they don't trust him.
Of course.
They're going to lie to us.
Yeah.
They're going to lie. They'll lie to the players. But inside, I'm sure the head coach and the offensive coordinator are going, I don't trust this guy.
Well, that's what the play calling said. So,
Yeah, it's sad. But at a certain point, we're 0-6.
Yeah.
There's nothing to lose. Just let him play.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Because if you ever want to find out if Justin Fields has anything, because right now I don't think he does, but it could be because they don't have any confidence. They're not letting him play. Let him play. Going 0-7, the difference between 0-7 and 0-6 is just one more game. Let him play. This is a team where we might be able to have a quasi-successful passing attack. Just let him go.
I think that's good advice, Easy. It's good advice.
All right. Have a good morning, folks.
There he is, Easy. Wow. Easy. That was a good place to start. All right, let's go up next here. Yes, Mr. Famous Fulton. Yes, sir.
Oh, good morning, Paul. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, pal?
Doing all right. I got some big news for you.
Oh, you're phenomenal. Lay it on me. Yeah.
I have made it to the next round of NBC's The Voice this season of this year.
Wow. Congratulations, pal. Nice. Okay.
Thank
Excellent.
you.
Yeah.
And you told me the song I wanted to do. It was Ain't No Mountain High. They loved that performance.
Wow. Okay. Marvin Gaye. Okay, great. I'm glad you took my advice. Wonderful. That's
Yep.
a great song. Okay. Nice.
Yes, it is. So, and hopefully I'll be on TV for that.
Oh, yeah. That would be awesome. Yeah, I hope so, man.
Mhm.
That is unbelievable. Nice.
Yep. So.
Great. So when's the next round? You made it on. So then what?
I'm not sure yet. They'll let me know by next week or something.
Oh, cool. All right.
Probably in November or something like that.
Wow. Well, congratulations, buddy. That's amazing. Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs.
Yep, it sure is.
Yeah. Well, I hope you have a great day, Mr. Famous Fulton, and thanks for
I
gracing
sure
us with your
will.
presence.
Yep. Thank you.
There he is. Wow. Okay, The Voice. All right. Is that the one where you press the button and turn around in the chairs? I don't know. I haven't seen that show. But if Mr. Famous Fulton is on it, damn it, I'll watch. Sure. I watch like America's Got Talent. So if you ever get on that show, Mr. Famous Fulton, that'd be cool. I watch that show. My fiance hates it, but I watch it. But the voice thing I have not seen yet. Only on commercials. But hey, different strokes. Anywho, wow, what a start to the show. All right, the only natural next person to go to. Oh, it's Alon. Yeah.
When Mr. Famous Fulton wins the Voice, you should be the first person he congratulates.
100%.
You have to. But the line of the day is the difference between 0-7 and 0-6 is 1.
That's the math of it. That's the math of it.
I wasn't gonna call in, but yesterday's presser was just such a shit show. Let me ask you a question, Paul.
Sure, yeah, shoot.
What is Darren Muji's title?
General manager, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's Aaron Glenn's bitch, right?
Well, although Aaron Glenn was hired first, so they say that Aaron Glenn is more roster control than we think, is what was reported during the offseason. So I guess I'm not sure. But normally that's the case, right?
Okay. So when Aaron Glenn yesterday during the presser said that Breece Hall is not getting traded, he did. That came out of his mouth.
Yeah. I've got let me grab that video clip real quick. It was at the end of the presser. They said no more questions. And Rich Smitty said, "Please, can I ask one more?" And then Aaron Glenn went, "Fine. What do you have?" And then that's where it came out. So yes, I'll give you guys the full exchange here in just a second, so you guys can see that. Yeah, this is where I think the vultures are going to be circling here, because when you guys hear this exchange,
I have to comment on this.
Yeah, because there are some fans that are going to say, "Oh, great, Breece Hall's obviously not getting traded based on this clip," but I don't think this says what they think it says, I guess is what it's going to be here. So this is, again, at the end of the press conference. It appears to be all over. And then ESPN's Rich Cimini gets one more chance to ask a question. Here's that exchange.
Can I just...
Go ahead.
You said before the season you were pretty emphatic about not wanting to trade Brees Hall, and
Yeah.
now all of a sudden we're getting closer to the deadline. These rumors are running rampant again. What's your position now?
They're rumors. Still feel the same way.
He still feels the same way. He doesn't want to trade Brees.
If you are a legitimate GM and you hear that coming from your coach, what are you saying to yourself?
Maybe
Why
he's
did I
just
take
saying
this
the
job?
coach, the coach speak of like, that doesn't mean they can't trade Brees. That, AG says, I don't make those decisions anyway. That's Daramuji, but I love him. I want him to keep sticking around. We're about to lose Garrett Wilson, and he's going to be the best player in our offense.
Okay.
So, do you think he's traded or not traded?
If they don't trade him, okay, I will say it like this.
Oh, okay.
If they do not trade him,
yeah,
I know they're one of the dumber organizations in sports. I know that. It's a given. If they do not trade him before the deadline, they might be worse than I thought, honestly.
Wow. Oh boy.
Because there is no way in hell he's coming back. Okay. This team is 0-6.
Yes.
Going nowhere.
Yeah.
Brees Hall, I said before he had 9 toes out the door. I think the 10th toe is sneaking out already. Okay. Why would you actually consider keeping him if he has no interest in coming back?
That's a good question. Now, Connor Hughes is, I can't remember we talked about this on the show, so it's worth bringing up again. But based on NFL people he's spoken with, they think Brees Hall could go for a 5th, maybe a 4th if 2 teams get in a bidding war. So that's worse than the 3rd we heard earlier this season. A 5th. Okay. I mean, we don't have a 5th because we traded that when we moved up for Tyler Barron, but would you
Let me
Brees for a 5th?
Okay.
Yeah, okay, please. Yes, please do.
Legit franchises actually do something with 4th and 5th round picks.
Well,
we're just not one of them. Okay.
Sure. Okay.
Puka Nacua, wasn't he a 5th round pick?
He was. Yeah.
Khalil Shakir, wasn't he a 5th round pick?
Richard Sherman was a 5th round pick. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So legit franchises know what, like when I listen to some of these people on YouTube, like, oh, it's only a 4th or a 5th. You can get quality starters at 4th and 5th. Why lose a player for nothing? Nothing. Again, as I said this, they lost DJ Reed for nothing.
Ah, that hurts.
They lost Bryce Huff for nothing.
Yeah.
And they had lost 10 plus games in both those years. They're going to lose, let's say, 12 plus games this year. I'll be nice, 12 plus.
No,
I was going to
appreciate
say
that.
14 plus, but
Thank you.
I've decided to be a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
This team is going to go, let's say, 4-13, okay? 3-14. And you're going to let this guy sit in the backfield at 2-11 running the football, knowing that 98% of chance that he's going to walk.
Franchise tag him.
Is that smart?
Bring him back for your rookie quarterback.
You think he's coming back, Paul?
Well, if you franchise tag him, he has no choice.
You're not franchise tagging him.
Come on, why not?
Paul,
what else are we going to use somebody on?
Paul, you're a nice guy, okay? That 12-win prediction went swimmingly. But do you think he's coming back? Be honest.
I think there's a chance that he comes back, yes.
Well, give me the chance.
The franchise tag.
You have a better chance of getting married this week than that happening.
I probably have a better chance of getting married this year. Again, they've got a lot of money in the bank, and they want to surround whatever this rookie quarterback is going to be with as much talent as possible. And Braylon Allen's questionable return timeline.
You can find a running back in the 3rd and 4th round. Bucky Irving was picked in the 4th round. You can find a running back anywhere, okay? Brees Hall is finishing up in his 4th year. He sees the writing on the wall. He hasn't been utilized the way he's wanted to be utilized.
Yeah.
He wants to go. So again, he needs to go. Quincy to San Francisco should happen. Any chance you get to trade players that are on their walk years, you deal them. Okay.
All right, let me ask you about this, Alon, because
Sure.
this is a new rumor that just came out. So we heard about Jermaine Johnson. We heard about those rumors. We talked about that. Will McDonald has now emerged as a name the 49ers plan on calling for. What's your response on 49ers trading or trade calling for Willie?
Okay. To me, Will McDonald might be the most overhyped player by this fan base. He's a one-trick pony.
15 and a half sacks, baby.
Okay. Since week 1, he's been an absolute no-show. No-show.
He's saving them for later.
Yeah, he's done nothing. I heard a second-round pick. I heard that was what was talked about, a second-round pick. I would like a late one for him just because of
100% the sack production, right? Yeah.
Again, I'm not a huge Will McDonald fan. I think he's a one-trick pony, and unfortunately, that one trick has been the missing link the last 6 weeks. So people are talking about he's great, he's fantastic. He's done nothing. He's been an absolute ghost. If San Francisco is desperate enough and maybe wants to give up, first of all, if San Francisco offers a 1 for Will McDonald, Paul, I want you to drive down from, where are you, in Oswego?
Yes, right. Yeah.
Can you drive down to One Jets Drive and drive him to the airport, please?
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. Again, I love JJ. He's the only guy on this roster legitimately that I would not trade. Garrett.
Who did you say is the one guy you wouldn't trade? You said
JJ. I would not trade unless
Jermaine,
you offered the bag for him.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Again, Quinn and I would deal. Will I would deal. John Simpson I would deal. Right now, unfortunately, the 4 untouchables to me are the 2 tackles, Garrett and Sauce. And unfortunately, they gave Sauce the bag because, as I said before, if Sauce had not signed his contract, he would be number 1 on my list to get out of here. Okay. But I heard the Will McDonald rumor.
Interesting.
If the team wants to offer a first based on potential, absolutely, I would trade him. A second is something I'd have to consider, but I don't know if I would make that deal. No, because there's still controllable years with him.
Yes, he's got at least a year and a half, and then after this season, the Jets will have to make a decision on his 5th-year option. It's just south of $15 million, and for everyone that does not know, that's fully guaranteed. That ranks just outside the top 20 pass rushers in football on an annual salary basis for old Will McDonald there. So that's a decision they'll have to make after this.
How many sacks does he have since week 1?
I believe that's 0. That would be 0. But again, I told you, Alon, he's saving them for a rainy day. Maybe the rainy day will be in against Carolina this Sunday. Who knows?
Paul, are you doing the watch party for this Sunday?
Hell yeah, I am, baby, for the first win of the season. Let's go.
Okay. Paul, you are a very proud Jet fan. Some call you mental sometimes, but you're proud. You're proud.
Quite. Yes.
Paul, again, the pleasure is all yours. I think the Jets actually have a chance to win this week because Carolina doesn't travel well. They seem to win very much all their games in their building.
Nice.
I do really enjoy watching their head coach. He's a really good young offensive mind.
Canales. There
Dave Canales. Hopefully, if I were him, I would travel during the week to Charlotte Middle School. I don't know if you know who their coaching staff is. Their head coach is Greg Olson.
Wow.
Their assistants are Luke Kuechly, Todd Blackledge, and Jonathan Stewart.
Oh,
that's a good sounding board.
Yeah, quite. Yeah. Sure.
But Paul,
so Alon, real quick, are you predicting a Jets win?
J-E-T-S, Jets.
Yes.
Yeah. No. But Paul, it's been a pleasure. And again, Aaron Glenn should not talk about personnel. It's embarrassing for a coach whose team is 0-6 to say that Breece Hall, it's only a rumor, okay? If I'm Darren Muji, I heard that, I'm cringe-worthy. I'm pissed off. That would be the first question I would ask him at the bye. By the way, are you the GM or is Aaron Glenn the GM? That would be the first question. And I want to see what he says. Always a pleasure, Paul. Have a good one, man.
There he is, Alon, gracing us with his presence. Colorful, as always. Let's go back to the phone lines. How about one of these for our guy? Come on now, let's go. First win of the season, baby. W up. Hell yeah, I'm going to be here for the watch party. Sweet Caroline, beating that ass, baby. Woo-hoo-hoo. Can't wait. That's going to be great. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Let's go. 1 and 6. Boop, 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 boop. We climb back into this thing. Who knows? Who knows? Back to the phone lines. Hepster joins us. What's up, Hep?
Hey, Paul. Hey, fellas. I think this week is the week he's going to push out all the chips in this week, and he's going to really try to get this win.
Yes.
And if it falls short and there's some wonkiness going on, this is going to be the woo. But if he does good, then maybe it's going to be the extenders. You know.
Yes.
So we're at a real crossroads right here this week.
Sure.
If it still goes off the rails, I think what we should do is what you were saying a couple of weeks back. I think we were talking about maybe getting Brady Cook to come in after the bye week.
Yeah, I mean, again, maybe if it goes absolutely nuclear, I guess that's possible. But if he's just okay, then I'm like, man, I don't think the Brady Cook thing would happen if it was going to happen until late in the season. But I mean,
that would be 2 more losses, right? That would be because we got.
That would be right. What are we? So it'd be 0-8 at the bye. Oof. There's going to be some tough conversations during that bye if they're 0-8.
Yeah. Well, the only reason I even thought about that, because he did show some moxie in the preseason, and
Sure.
About the Dart situation on the Giants side of the ball, all of a sudden putting in the young blood, and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, this kid doesn't know about how to be afraid. He just goes and does his thing, you know?
Right. And invincibility, sure.
Yeah, that kind of thing, you know. When you're young, you're too stupid to realize sometimes.
That's 100% right. That's absolutely right.
So, you know, just in a way, I feel bad for the guys that have been like sweating here for. I mean, they're collecting paychecks, of course, but this is also their dream. I mean, growing up, and I'm sure they didn't dream to come on a wonky organization. You know, they all dream of Super Bowl and that kind of a thing.
No.
Like like what we've been doing for years.
I continue to dream.
Yeah. So anyway, it's going to be a big week, and keep your eyes peeled one way or the other. Either we're going to win big, or we're going to be like, what the hell just happened?
That's it. We'll be here for either one of them. Appreciate you, Hap. Thanks for calling into the show. Yes. That will be. It's always a fascinating watch. The Jets are never boring. It's always entertaining in some way or the other, and I'm hoping for a win. That would be great. Our first one of the season. Our first celebration party in the postgame. Would be spectacular. I thought a few times this season, actually, I thought it was going to happen. Of course, obviously, I'm a glass half full guy, but in a couple of those moments, I'm like, ooh, and then, it's been a roller coaster, that's for sure. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. One of the hottest rising New York Jets content creators in the universe, and he'll let you know where he is so he can sign some autographs. Ricky, New York Live, baby, here on the show. What's up, Ricky?
Hey, what's happening, Paul? And you're right. I've been pretty hot this week. That's for sure. Alan's gonna love this. I actually found myself agreeing with Alan on a couple of things the other day, and we never agree on anything.
Okay.
I've been a big AG supporter from the start. But I'm not going to judge him based on press conferences. But what I saw from Justin Fields last week, if I could complain about AG, he should have pulled him in that game. There's no two ways about it. He was awful. I mean, quite honestly, the way he played in that game, if I was watching that tape, I don't think I would want him as a backup, much less a starter. It was awful. I mean, in all fairness, he was never probably going to be more than a bridge quarterback. This year was an experiment to see if they could turn him into something, if he could be that guy. And unfortunately, the answer is no, he's not that guy. Based on last week, if he has a future in the league, maybe it's as a holder, because it's not as a quarterback, but he does a good job holding that ball. So maybe there. Likewise, he should probably get like a Fruit of the Loom or like a Haynes endorsement. Hey, take it from me, Justin Fields. Nobody holds balls like Haynes. Like that would be great.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
I am not
appreciate you looking into that.
very optimistic. I'm I'm not very optimistic about this week at all. If Garrett Wilson is out, which he's going to be, that's like 80% of our offense. Like, how are we going to get our first win? And if Josh Reynolds is out, that even compounds it even further. But that being said, earlier in the year, people were saying, "Oh, Justin Fields isn't the problem; it's the defense. The defense that has sucked," which it had. This week, the defense actually showed up. The defense and the special teams were awesome this week.
Mm-hmm.
Now, people were all over Cisco. Couldn't wait to get rid of Cisco. That guy sucks. He's a bum. Who got our first takeaway of this season? Cisco. Everybody said Kiko was horrible, a wasted draft pick. He was awful. He was one of our better players. People wanted to say that Muji is nothing. He's just Aaron Glenn's bitch, whatever. Wait a minute. Who traded for Jarvis Brownlee, who was the highest PFF graded player this week? Darren Muji. Like, there have been some things. And, people always want to compare our situation to the Detroit situation. In 2021, Detroit was 0-10-1 to start the year.
Correct.
Actually, a worse record than ours. And listen, man, this fan base is beat up and traumatized, and why wouldn't we be after what we've had to watch over the years? But I really do believe that we've got the right leadership in place. Is he perfect dealing with the media? No. But you know what? It's really funny watching all these people rip AG for how he talks to the media when a year ago at this time, these were the same people that hated Samini. It couldn't stand Connor Hughes. I mean, like, this fan base used to hate the media. Now all of a sudden they're on the media's side. And I think it's just all frustration. It's just all frustration that's boiling over. I know at the beginning of the year, Aaron Glenn said, no, we want to win games now. Well, of course, that's the job of any coach. If you're not trying to win, then you shouldn't be out there. In the back of his mind, did he think we were going to win a bunch of games and be successful? No, probably not. You in that situation, you do what you can, you hope for the best, but this year was always going to be a building / evaluation year. Have they been perfect? No. They shouldn't have kept Michael Clements on this roster. I probably wouldn't have brought back Tony Adams. I was thinking, hey, you know what? Maybe it can be like Kirby Joseph. He can turn him around. No, like Tony Adams just isn't that guy. Yeah. And I think that Glenn is learning that, like, he's been able to get the most out of his players in the past. And some guys you can do that. Some guys you can coach them up and elevate them. But there's some guys that just aren't the guys. And we have some guys that aren't the guys. Real quickly, to touch on the trade topic, JJ going nowhere. Brees will be interesting to see. Like, I was a little bit caught off guard by Glenn's comments. I know what he said at the beginning of the year, but hearing it at this point, that was a bit surprising. I told Alan the other day, I'll bet Brees is a Charger at Thanksgiving time this year. And I still don't think that's out of the realm of possibilities. I mean, how many times did Saleh tell us, a guy was going nowhere and 2 days later, he was gone? So
that's true.
Yeah. I'm not completely buying that. I hate to say this because I even did a video earlier this year of why I think we will resign Quincy Williams. However, my stance has changed on that. And I love Quincy. Okay. He's got the energy, the enthusiasm, but I think maybe what he doesn't have is that cerebral side to it. Like, we're really missing CJ Mosley.
No
and
doubt.
I think it shows up on a number of levels. But CJ Mosley was like the quarterback of that defense. He could look at the offensive alignment and know what they were trying to do, and he was able to get guys in the right position because of that. And I don't think we have that guy right now. Personally, if I could get a second, for Quincy, he'd be gone. AVT, I would absolutely trade. I'm not even, honestly, at this point, I'm not even interested in like a 1-year prove it deal, because what is he going to prove? That he can get hurt again? It would be a waste of time. I'm ready to move on from him. But at the same time, and people thinking that I don't know, like I don't see us taking 3rd round picks and suddenly getting seconds or firsts for them.
Right.
Or
Right.
I think we have to be reasonable. But I'm telling you right now, if somebody offers me a 2 for Quincy, he's gone. If somebody offers me a 2 or 3 for Brees, he would be gone. And I would probably, being that we don't have one, if somebody called and had a 3rd for AVT, he'd be gone too.
Yeah. And for people, real quick on the AVT thing,
on pulling the trigger.
Yeah, because I see Philly Noodles asking about this. Hey, BG, any thoughts on moving Vera Tucker? For people that don't know, you can 100% move injured reserve guys. That happened with Jalen Polk. That was a lesser deal, but it happened with Jalen Polk. He had a shoulder injury, out for the year, and the Patriots moved his body to the New Orleans Saints in exchange for late round draft compensation. So that could happen. And then you trade him to, I'm going to make this up because I heard Chargers fans tweeting at me about this. You trade him to the Chargers, and basically they have exclusive negotiating rights ahead of free agency, and that's the kicker. That or as part of the trade, they can work out an extension with him potentially. So there's a lot to be had there if the Jets want to get creative with their potential trades and moving some pieces around. So ABG could be moved. Yes.
And real quick to respond to the chat, Indy Jets, I'm not making trades like it's Madden, okay? I'm not a person that's sitting around here going, oh, look, we could get 2 firsts for JJ, like I heard earlier this week, when the guy is coming off an injury. Okay, no, you need to stop putting whiskey in your coffee before you comment. That's not what I was saying at all. I was saying if somebody were to offer a second for Quincy, I would take it. Have you heard me say multiple firsts on any of these trades? No, I'm saying if we could get a second, I would take it. If we could get, a second or a 3rd for Brees, I would take it. But he's right about that. The thing is football players are like used cars. Like they usually depreciate in value. So wherever you drafted a guy, you're probably not getting that back. You're probably getting less back for it. And that's just the reality of it. So, all these people that think we're going to get these massive hauls for players that dude, you want them gone because they weren't good here. What makes you think some other team is going to give us a king's ransom for a guy who's not working out? And with the state that this team has been in this season in particular, if you can't shine out there around in the midst of this mess, where are you going to go to look good? I don't know. But at any rate, I just wanted to get some of that out and vent a little bit. I'm not real optimistic, and it just figures that it's just that New York Jet fan luck. We come into a stretch of possibly our 3 most winnable games of the year, and that's the games that Garrett Wilson is going to miss. You just can't even make this shit up the way it unfolds. But thank you for having me on. I'm going to sit down and, oh goodness, here we go. At any rate,
Indy, go ahead.
I'll have more on that later tonight.
Look, you're not going to get. Reality is, you're not getting a second or third for Brees. The talk is a 5th and at best a 4th. So the difference between a 5th and is what real talk is, and a second or third. Of course, you would take a second or third, but nobody would ever offer it. you've got one or two players on this team that might warrant a first-round pick, and that's probably JJ and Quinnen. People, you wouldn't even get a. You probably wouldn't even get a
under
first. You
ordinary
probably wouldn't even get a first.
circumstances.
You
I
probably
would
wouldn't even get a first for
agree
Garrett.
with you.
So, the picks, and who would trade for AVT? Nobody would trade AVT going into his last year, knowing the Jets will probably cut him and they can get him for free at the end of the season. So, you wouldn't even get a seventh. A team probably wouldn't even give up a seventh for AVT. And so there's the problem is that there's very little trade value in the team. We're so short on good talent at our depth that we're not going to get the trade value of this fire sale that people are talking about. Yeah, you can get rid of Brees. Will McDonald. If you'd be lucky, I doubt if San Francisco would give more than a third.
Oh, that's way too low. Will McDonald's had 15.5 sacks. He's got multiple years of cheap team control. I think he would definitely be valuable.
You might get a second, third pick swap. But you're not going to get they're just not going to. I mean, you still have you still have guys out there. Like, I mean, if you wanted to get a defensive end that's terrible at run block or at run tackling, and it just goes. You got guys out there like Clowney. If they wanted, and they didn't pick him up then, so you're not gonna. I just don't see a team that's going to give up more. They're not going to give up more than a third. I doubt if you got a second for a Will McDonald. They just won't do it. As much as we would want it. They're not going to do it. And Brees, I think Brees would probably be more like we give up a seventh and get a fourth for him. That would probably be the best deal we could get for Brees.
That I'll disagree with. I'll agree with you on the Will McDonald thing because I wouldn't see us getting more than maybe a second for him. Dude, Alan said it. He is kind of a one-trick pony. His run defense isn't the strongest, and for especially a team like San Francisco that's got Bosa and Bryce Huff now under contract, I don't see him, forking out trade, and then eventually you're going to have to give him a new deal as well. I don't see it. But with the Brees Hall thing, under ordinary circumstances, I would say that maybe you're look at a team like the Chargers right now, who have been through four running backs, desperate for overpaying and second or a third for Brees at this point. I think that could happen, depending on the circumstance. But like I said, the Chargers right now are desperate at running back. There aren't quality guys out there. There isn't a Clowney or somebody of that equivalent at running back sitting out there right now. Let's call it overpay. I could do that happen.
Internet, my bad.
Oh yeah, I think we lost Ricky there.
Okay, I didn't know if it was me or if it was Ricky.
No, that was Ricky the entire time. Okay, unfortunately, that's
all right. Yeah. I mean, this fire sale that people are talking about, and God love Alan, for wanting it, isn't going to net us much more than some second and third day picks, and probably not very many second day picks. It's going to be a lot of third day picks, and a lot of third day picks isn't going to help a lot for the direction that they want. If So, I don't understand. I'm just not seeing. I'm with you, BG. I don't think they're going to trade Brees. I think you had a better chance of trading Brees had Allen stayed healthy.
Correct. Right. Absolutely.
But with him being out, call it the season. I mean, it's still undetermined, but majority of the season, you cannot sit there and trust Isaiah Davis to be the number one. And if that's the case, then you might as well you might as well have a big fire sale. And you throw out feelers for Sauce. You throw out feelers for Quinton, and you see what and get rid of and see if you can actually get some higher draft picks, because fifth, sixth, and seventh round picks are not changing are not team changers. Those are bigger crapshoots than a first round quarterback. It's just it. And so that's not the answer either. So either you keep the pieces and you hope that you can build on what you have in the draft, or you have the big fire sale and you get rid of your bigger players. That's my. Hey, good morning, Neil. It's always a pleasure.
How are you, Andy? How's it going, buddy?
It's going, my man.
This is really, I'll tell you. With Justin Fields, I have an idea for him. He should be like the next Taysom Hill. He's like a Taysom Hill, really. He could run. He could be our best running back. I will tell you right now, he's as good as Brees Hall as a running back. If you threw him in the backfield, he would be amazing because he ran for 1,000 yards. He's a super good athlete. I just don't think he wants to play that role. But, man, I would love to bring him in, put Tyrod Taylor in. I mean, dude, we need to make some real drastic changes, especially without Garrett. We got to run like a Navy offense, throw some running backs out there and, let's go college right now because we have no receivers. And
I am agreeing with you 100% on that. I agree. I really like the Navy comment because, they might throw the ball 3 times in a game.
Why not? Listen, our strength is our offensive line. They love to run block. They're not doing great in pass blocking. They are doing fine in pass blocking. It's just that Justin holds on to the ball too long. You can't really put a grade on him with that pass blocking when the guy holds on to the ball for 5 seconds. But I want to just make a point here.
Okay. Only one?
No, it's not. I always try to do one. But I mentioned this before. We played 6 games.
Yes.
Arguably, 4 of those teams have a better roster than us. Okay. You can't dispute Pittsburgh, Denver, Buffalo, and Broncos have probably a better roster than us. Would you agree with that, Indy?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think our roster is better than Miami and Dallas. If not, it's pretty even. Would you agree
Dallas
with that?
might be even. Dallas excels a lot higher in certain areas than we do. Now we may be better in a couple of positions, but I think in general, Dallas may be a little bit better percentage wise. Probably not the gap that Pittsburgh or Buffalo. But I think they still have a little advantage.
Miami, how about Miami? What's your feeling?
Miami, that we on paper, I think we have we had a better roster, but there again, who was the coach that said, you are what your record says you are?
But Andy, here's what I'm trying to get to. Okay. As far as Glenn is concerned, okay, if we look at the roster, I feel our roster is probably, to start the season, just wipe the slate clean, I'd say is about no worse than 20th to 22nd out of 32 teams. That's about where we land in that roster thing. If ESPN did a roster thing, they had us number 5 last year. Let's just say that we're 22, okay, in that range. So what I'm saying basically is this. We have the Panthers, the Bears, and the Browns. Clearly,
Bengals.
Clearly, our roster is better than those 3 teams, I would say, if you go back to the beginning of the year. I don't want to say
at the beginning of the year. At the beginning of the year, I would
right
agree
now,
with
we're
you.
working with. I mean, we have the same roster. You know, the fact that Garrett's injured. Hey, look, a lot of teams have their first wide receiver down, and they still function. It's not like it's. I know Garrett's a huge hit, but and bottom line is he may even play Sunday. He did definitely get ruled out. Did he?
He did not. He did not. The coach are being a little cagey, but AG's
I
answer
think he
seems
might
to
play.
indicate.
I'm not
I don't know.
sold that he's not going to play, but forget about that.
Yeah, right, sure, okay.
So we got 3 teams. I think we have a better roster than the Patriots. Their roster is not stellarly better than ours, but let's just say let's say the rosters we're even with. We go 1-1. So let's just say we should win 1 out of the 2 games with the Patriots. Is that fair? With the current roster we have.
I mean, we'll see.
Okay, hang on.
My issue with that right there is what we've seen from Fields and the difference between in the roster wise is if what we've seen out of Fields, Drake May, although Allen is just gonna light me up for this. Drake May is light years ahead of Fields. So on an even
I get
roster,
it, but there's more than one person on it.
No, I'm saying on an even roster, when you have a quarterback that's light years ahead of the other quarterback, there's your difference.
Look, Justin Fields, in my mind, we're not utilizing him the right way. Let's be real. The first game, he looked great. Okay. And he looked great because he was running, because he was rolling out of the pocket. I don't know what the hell happened. When I saw Tyler Angstram's first game, I said, man, this is pretty interesting. This was creative. I mean, he was out there. We run him this play, run that play. Since that game and since the Buffalo game, our offense has become so predictable and vanilla. No screens, no usage at a tight end. I mean, Justin Fields' tight end in Chicago, Cole Kmet, was like the top 5 tight end in football because that's all he threw to. Okay, we don't throw. We're not utilizing Taylor. The guy looks great, and we don't even utilize the guy. He didn't have a single throw last week. Maybe he had 1, and we had no throws to Breece Hall, who's probably our 3rd best receiver on the team. I mean, that just really I sit there and I scratch my head. They're going to double Garrett. They're going to be all over. He still was open despite all that. But my point being is this. So those 3, the Pats 1-1, the Dolphins, we should win 1 out of 2. So we have them at home. And maybe we'll beat the Saints. And Buffalo is going to have nobody on the field the last game of the year because they probably have the number 1 seed clinched. Possibly. Okay.
Although they're looking rough right now.
They're looking rough, but let's just make those. If we make those assumptions, we at the end of the season, if we win 5 or 6 games, I think you can make a case to keep Glenn going into the next year, especially if he wins. I mean, we're so used to going 4-2. We were 7-4, and then we lose the last 6 games. I mean, that's not great either, guys. I mean, I was so beside myself the last 4 seasons. I'm almost looking at maybe we're going to make a little bit of a push towards the end of the season. So Justin Fields can be utilized the right way if the offensive play calling changes to where we could utilize him more for his legs and more for a 1-read takeoff. I mean, look, I'm coming out of that first half. If I'm Aaron Glenn and Angstram, I'm saying to Justin, listen, you're not throwing the ball. You're not accurate. You're not feeling it. Here's what I want you to do the second half. We could win this game. All I want you to do is look at your first read. If it's there, throw the ball. If it's not, take the goddamn hell off and move. Get out of the pocket, move, and pick your hole and run. If it gets 3 yards, it gets 3 yards. It gets 10 yards, he will definitely bust one for 40. And the last 2 weeks, he's run for 25 yards. This is a guy that ran for 1,000. There's only one other quarterback that ran for 1,000, and that was Vic. Do you see Vic ever sitting in the pocket game in, game out? No, he runs. All the quarterbacks are running. No, thank you.
Yeah,
Quarterbacks are all running. So, I mean, even, the guy in the Giants, he runs. Everybody's running. It's a running quarterback league, and we have a running quarterback, and we don't use it. So what I would say is let's see what happens. If we win 5 or 6 games, I think Glenn will earn a second year. I'm not happy with him. I was not my choice. I wanted a experienced head coach. Majority of us did. And we didn't get the experienced head coach because when they called up the 33rd and a half and said, I'm interested in the job, and they said, no Aaron Rodgers, no Devontae Adams, thanks, no thanks, click, the phone hung up, and they were off. They didn't want to rebuild. But despite that, what we have now is we have an underperforming roster. We have a coach that's obviously making a lot of blunders. He looks way over his head, right, guys? I mean, we could kind of say that, right? Is that a
well?
I think it's too early.
I'm going to put some of it on the coordinator there, and some of it on the coach, because he's the general, he's the leadership of that. But when you take a quarterback who is known, your points are made, who's known for running the ball,
right?
And at the beginning of the season, they said we're going to let Justin play quarterback. Remember that statement?
Well,
I do.
What they did all camp is they put a ham thing on his head, and they wanted him to become a pocket passer. They tried to take a square peg and put it in a round hole, and that's how I see it. That's why in camp,
that's where I was going with that.
Guys were in camp, they were all like, "Holy shit, this guy sucks," because they had him in the pocket throwing the ball, and he was not accurate. He's throwing interceptions all over the place in camp. And Tyrod Taylor looked better than him because Tyrod Taylor is a better quarterback in the pocket than Justin Fields. It's not even a comparison. Okay, so if you're going to sit a guy in the pocket and you want to run that kind of offense, then you should have Tyrod Taylor on the field. And it's my opinion that if Justin does not change, if they don't make those changes and utilize his running and his legs to make first downs, then you might as well put Tyrod. If you want to win games, Tyrod Taylor's going to end up being your quarterback for probably a couple of more games moving forward if we can't fix this guy. Because no coach, every coach, if this is his job, is there to win games. If you cannot win a game with this guy and he's not going to be able to throw balls and do what he needs to do, and I don't know if he maybe doesn't want to run. I know Zach Wilson didn't want to run. That's why he was unsuccessful. Right? I mean,
Fields just said yesterday that he hurt his leg against Miami, and that's why he hasn't been running the past couple of weeks.
Okay.
And the production would say that makes sense to where the production suddenly dropped off.
There you go. So that's all part of the situation. Now, if his leg is not feeling well and he's not able to run, then that's even more of a condemnation on the coaching staff for not taking him out of the goddamn game in the third quarter and putting Tyrod in to make one drive to win a game. I mean, come on. Look, I give the coaching staff a fat F for the first 6 games of the season. You can't even give them a higher grade than that, Indy. What would you grade the coaching staff? It's an F.
Yeah,
overall,
I will say this: the defense and special teams finally played one game.
It's still an F on
right.
Will,
Yeah, one out of 6. I don't know what the math is there, BG. But
our defense is like bottom. We're number like 26 in defense from what? We're number 5 last year. What were we last year?
Last year wasn't very good. The year before when Rodgers got hurt was far better than last year. But
the year before that we were 3 in the league. PFF was 3. I think last year we were in the middle. I mean, what were we last year?
The number I think was better than what it actually was. It said we were like a top 5 defense last year, but I don't think
all right. So maybe we're top 15.
Now
we're 28.
We're
not that bad. We're just horrendous. We played one good game, and I'm going to tell you what Ricky said. Cisco did not cause the
he recovered it.
He recovered it, big guy. And you know what? The ball was in his ass. He almost didn't recover it. The ball was sticking out of his asshole, and the guy almost grabbed it from behind. If somebody was behind him, he wouldn't have got the fumble.
So
Brownlee was the fumble.
Yes, Brownlee, yes.
Brownlee stripped that ball out, and that was his first play as a Jet. I mean,
nice job.
What
a guy.
So from that perspective, let's just say our defense is back to some normalcy, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Forget about trading these guys. We're not going to get – here's the problem we have in the league right now. Right. Everybody has a couple of losses. There's no real team out there that's going to say, I'm all in, let's go. This is a very, very weird year. There's a lot of teams with 2 or 3 losses out there that don't know if they're buyers or sellers. What's that?
Look at Baltimore.
Yeah, I know. It's strange.
I mean, is Baltimore going to trade Derrick Henry? No.
Oh, none of these teams. Everybody's still in it. The point is, if you're Baltimore, you can't go out and be a buyer in the right now. You can't be a buyer. Right? I mean, you can't go out there.
That's what they are sort of saying, that they're like,
yeah,
hey,
if I'm Baltimore,
Lamar is coming back with health, and that we could turn the season around.
But they're
still
absolutely. If I'm Baltimore, I'm looking for one more
throwing
piece.
First round picks at everybody.
Well, I don't know about all that.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not. And look, if you want to evaluate where we are as a coach, we have a decision to make here, guys. At the end of the season, do we want this coaching staff to take us and make the decision of taking a first, second, third, fifth, whatever we are, top 5 pick this year? And right now, I don't want that coaching staff to make that decision. However, okay, Moogie has not. The draft has not been horrible, right, guys? It's not been horrible.
Definitely not. Armand's been awesome. Mason Taylor's been really good.
No, it's not been this guy, the linebacker looks pretty good.
Yeah,
now.
Kiko, he looks awesome.
Kiko looks good. We haven't seen the cornerback yet. We haven't.
Zaria Thomas, right? We haven't seen him yet.
I'd like to see him on the field. I mean, we could use a little upgrade at cornerback, but
Malachi Moore is starting at safety now. Tony Adams.
Moore is playing great. He's an Alabama guy. I like what I see with him. It's certainly an upgrade from what's his name?
TA, right? Tony Adams.
Oh, Adams should not even be on a squad. Okay, so from that perspective, boom. Now we took Phillips. Everybody is talking big about this Phillips. I haven't seen much from the guy. He hasn't made really any impact plays. I mean, I think 91. I think the Cleveland guy's been better than Phillips.
Juwan Briggs, yeah, he's made more splash plays for sure.
Right, Briggs is better than the other guy, and I'm going to tell you, Clemens belongs on. Look, I was just like everybody else.
2 first-rounders for Clemens, and I'll trade him.
Let me tell you something. Clemens had a very, very good game on the inside. He's not an edge guy. He's an inside guy. He's the guy that drew the hole to get the safety. He's good inside. He's as good as anybody we have getting to the quarterback from the inside position. That's where he belongs. Let him beat the shit out of a guard and try to get to the quarterback. I'm all right with him there. I'm all right with him on the inside. He's not bad. He's better than Briggs because at least he could get to the quarterback. Briggs is a run stopper. So he should be in the rotation on the inside, not the outside.
And
is that a fair statement?
JJ plays really well next to Clemens. When Clemens, like as you said, when Clemens is beating up on somebody and they have to account for his just bruteness and brain dead moves that he has, that left JJ out there by himself. Sometimes taking off the double team from your better player is just as good as making the play yourself. So yes, does he play well next to JJ? Absolutely, but you just they don't play him enough.
Right, Briggs.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
All right, boys, what a fun debate and good conversation all over the place. We're running out of time for the show. We've got some other interviews to jump on, so I just want to thank Indy and Neil for getting into the octagon. That was a lot of fun and good back and forth. I want to remind everyone we have 300 people in the room. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe. I said we have over 100 people on YouTube, but only 50-something likes, so make sure you guys like the video. That is free to do, baby. And show your friggin' support. We got some more interviews coming out on the show today, so stay tuned to the YouTube channel, baby. And good stuff. Thank you guys for all the callers. Hopefully continue to heal up from whatever this godforsaken sickness is, and we'll see you guys soon. Take care, everybody. Appreciate you.